All right, here for the first round playoff edition of the Coach Ali Smith Show. Brought to you by the folks at Twin City Used Cars. Thanks to Bobby Ledbetter and the folks there. Coach, a big 40-37 playoff win over Jasper Friday night.
Oh, absolutely, man. Great win for our kids, man. Great win for our kids.
It turned into, I think a lot of people thought it might be defensive battle. It turned into a shootout.
Yeah, it did, man. Coach Reeves from over there, he said, "Coach, we supposed to be two defensive guys, man. Hey, what we doing here after the ball game?" So great contest.
And it wasn't that it was bad defense. The offense is just executing at a high level, particularly the pass game for us, but really starting to see a little bit of the north-south run game Friday night as well.
Absolutely, man. You know, Jakari Harris. We got a lot of Jakaris come through here over the years. But Jakari Harris, done a great job. He's coming into his own. Was glad to see him get going in.
And as we've mentioned so often, the special teams make themselves known. They block a kick on the first drive, and then you get a kickoff return for a touchdown. That's a continued story for this football team.
Well, it's a part of what we do. We know that's one of the phases that we like to harp on every week. And so, man, our hats off to the young men and Coach Avery for doing a really good job of having them prepared.
So when you get a win like that, obviously, it kind of relaxes you a little bit as a team. What did you see from your team in the locker room and in the days following as you get ready for round two?
They got a taste of a playoff win, and I just can see that they're anxious for more.
A little bit of hunger.
Yeah, a little bit of hunger. Little success, man. Success breeds success.
Well, we're going to look at some of that success when we come back for segment 2 of the Coach Ali Smith Show here.
Hey Titan fans, this is Coach Ali Smith. Are you looking for a great deal on a used car? At Twin City Used Cars in Gaston, they have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget and lifestyle. And they offer competitive pricing to make sure you drive away with comfort. Visit them today at Twin City Used Cars in Gaston or view their inventory online at twincityusedcars.com. At Twin City, your next car is waiting for you. Go Titans.
Okay, here for segment 2 of the playoff edition of the Coach Ali Smith Show. Coach, we talk at this point in segment 2 about our player of the week, and the media team kind of talked through this, but really felt like Sam played really well for you at quarterback, and so he was the City of Gadsden player of the week.
Hey, deservedly so, man. Young man stepped up, had an excellent job. The game over this past Friday night, did a really good job with it, finding the matchups, and he checked into a couple of those plays and did a great job. 3
deep passes. We'll see some of those as we look at clips, but congrats to Sam for that, and excited to see kind of where things go from there. But let's do a little video rewind. So first drive for Jasper, they drive down the field. Defense kind of stiffens up and holds them to a field goal attempt, and then I don't know how many times we've said this, but number 6 comes through and Ty blocks the field goal.
Hey, it's a little probably a corny saying, but I say take your training to the field, and man, when we work PAT field goal block, that kid works his tail off of getting off the ball at practice. And so you see it show up in the ball game.
I think I said on the broadcast, this kid already has an offer from Mercer, but there are other people who probably ought to be looking at him for nothing more than his ability to block kicks.
Oh, man, that kid, it'll get you on the bus somewhere.
So Brady follows that up, a drive for us, and we kick a field goal, so all of a sudden it's 3-0.
Yes.
We got the early lead, a lot of confidence, but then Jasper, a good football team, they answer right back.
A tremendous football team with players all over the field.
And then we drop down, Brady kicks another field goal. So it's 7-6. I mean, we're playing this back and forth ball game, and then we're able to. We get ahead, and we get ahead, and it's back and forth to the half. And right before the half, we get a long touchdown pass to Keyshawn, and I believe we were up 13. At that point, 13-10.
Yeah, going in, they were up.
Because they got the field goal right.
Yes, they got the field goal because of a penalty. They missed the field goal, and then it was a discretional call. That they said that we aided jumping over the guy.
Because the sequence was, I think we were up 12-10.
Yes,
right. We were up 12-10, and then they kicked the initial field goal, missed it, and then they said we launched is basically the deal there. So, and the field goal was partially blocked,
Yes.
but it did go through, and so they
yeah.
led 13-12 at the break.
Yes.
But then we come out, and for 2 consecutive weeks in a row, they've been sky kicking, and we kind of do a shift and put Rel in the middle, and number 9 makes some amazing moves and gets away from a tackler and takes it to the house.
Oh yeah, man. Carrell wasn't gonna be denied of getting out of that. They had him. They thought they had him bought up. He just kept his feet moving, and then he took it to the house, man. And you could see it in his eyes all night that he was gonna make a play.
It's at that point, we're sitting at like 19-13, and it's a back and forth affair. I mean, for the rest of the half until Jakari hits an explosive run, and we talked about that. So set that play up for us. Kind of went with a 2-back look this week, and then all of a sudden Jakari, he hits one, and he has got jets.
Yes, man. That's that wide zone, and he stretched it good, and then right as he seen it, he planted his foot and got north and south, and he took off. One of our coaches on the staff said, man, he kind of reminded me of his uncle, of Alonzo right there.
Sure.
When he hit it, but it was the way he accelerated. But
That's high praise.
Yeah.
And then Sam comes back and throws a bomb to Zion, who's on our sideline right there. But wow, what a play right there that put us up 9 at that point.
Yeah, we were kind of a little shocked at that point that they were playing Zion one-on-one by himself and pressing him. And so we're like, typically we don't get that. And normally they're going to bracket the coverage and put somebody over the top of him, but they didn't. So, they looked and the guys did a good job of getting into that play.
Then a little bit later in the half, final touchdown pass. Tommy Stedmeyer's on the wide side of the field, and I guess Sam reads the go again, and we throw another deep strike to Tommy for kind of the if you will, the nail in the coffin in the ballgame.
Yeah, we thought that we had him on a run right there back to our sideline. I think that was the initial call, and again they were pressing Tommy one-on-one. And Sam felt like he could win that one-on-one with Tommy there, so they checked to it, and we let them make that play, and the rest is history, baby.
Now, look, we're up 20 at one point.
Yes.
But Jasper, they just kept fighting and clawed back to make it a 3-point ball game, but we're able to hold on and get that big win in round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, man, they wasn't going away. We talked to our kids about getting a 4-minute offense. When we went up 20, it was 8 minutes in the fourth quarter left. And so, we got the ball back. We stopped them, and it was, right there, we telling our kids, guys, we got the ball back. We still have 3 timeouts. They had 2. Let's make them try to burn it. But unfortunately, we put the ball on the ground.
Sure.
And so we got to take care of the ball, man, and be able to operate situational football and run that clock down right there.
But big win. Move on to round 2, and we'll be back to talk about round 2 right after this. All right, here for segment 3 of the Coach Ollie Smith Show here. Playoff round 2, Coach. And the opponent is the number 1 team in the state. It's Clay Chalkville. They are a really good football team. Number 1 offense, top 10 defense. Everybody knows Clay Chalkville, and got to go there. So it is a tall mountain.
Oh, absolutely, man. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's right.
We can say all that, but we just got to go play football, man. We know Clay. Clay knows us. I think that we've played them at least 11, 12 times in the
11
history
times,
of the
yeah.
school here, and so they know us. We know them. Again, we play JV 9th grade ball. So our kids are familiar with Clay, and we just got to go play football, man.
Their offense is prolific. It's scoring 48 points a game. What's the approach to slowing them down would be the word I would use.
Well, we guess we would hope that they don't get the football. They just stay on the sideline.
Sure.
But, at the end of the day, we got to get lined up. We got to communicate. We got to talk. And we got to not blow assignments.
Defensively, we talked about their offense, how good it is. Defensively, they've been really good as well. What do you see from them on defense?
Man, that front 3 is going to be the best. pretty about the best you've seen all year. They gonna fly to the ball, man. They play hard, man. They play hard. They remind me of some teams we used to have here back in early 2009, 8, early
Sure.
days here.
So what are the keys? What are the keys to the game for the Titans on Friday to get a win in round 2?
Taking care of the football, believing in what we're doing, executing, and handling the highs and the lows of a heavyweight bout.
Well, thank you for joining us for Coach Ollie Smith show here, and we hope that you'll come out to Clay Chapel to watch the game. If not, you can check it out on the Mixlr app or on the Gadsden City Titan Sports Network or on one of our radio affiliates. We hope to see you again next week with the Coach Ollie Smith show. Thanks to Bobby Ledbetter and the folks at Twin City Used Cars, and go Titans.
Go Titans.